So I had a video that I had intended on sharing because the words were really, really a blessing to me. But some kind of way it's been got lost in the universe of I don't know, the internet's child. I don't know how to work it. I ain't even gonna hold you, but I still wanted to revisit the concept and the ideas that I was talking about because I just think they're so important and it really blessed me. And so my hope is that the message will come back to my lips and will bless someone else. It's been increasingly important to me to, speak and to speak my truth because I think oftentimes we allow society and fear and other people's perspective to keep us away from what God has for us. And, there are plenty of biblical references to it that talk about just the importance of speaking. And we look at it as being something so small, but if you think about it, like, when you see some injustice happening and you don't speak up, or, when you see somebody can't advocate for themselves and you don't speak up, what are the motivations behind that? And so I hope that you all are encouraged to speak truth to power, not in just rooms where you feel comfortable, not in just rooms where the people look like you, but in all spaces and all places. And, speech, not to get all nerdy on y'all, if you think about the Constitution, there are multiple different types of speech, different kinds of speech, whether or not, posting on Twitter is speech. You have Elon Musk regulating or relaxing the rules as it comes to that. So, there's got to be something there. If you think about these news media outlets and their insistent nature on communicating the quote unquote truth. And I think if you really spend some time thinking about it, you recognize the power that is associated with speaking. But I wanted to just hop on and, like I said, talk about that video that I had posted a while ago. Not posted, but I wanted to hop on and talk about that video that I made and that in some kind of way is lost in the Twitter jail. Not the Twitter jail, the TikTok jail. It's no longer in my drafts. But I'm in downtown DC by the mall. There is a ton of traffic behind me. Tons of people exploring the nation's capital. And okay, you're gonna back up? All right, you're gonna back up in the crosswalk, okay? You can't do that once you've already done. I mean, you're gonna take the pedestrians out. But anyways, I'm out here walking per the usual. And I was taken back to that video and how important it was. And so, not to try to conjure up what I said, but really to express and share the space I'm at in my life right now. And I know this is an idea and a concept that it's hard for people to swallow, but in being up here, I just moved up here about 2.5 months ago, and the first thing that everybody and their mama, cousin, sister, friend asks me is, what'd you move for? What's the job opportunity? Is there congratulations in order? Was one of the questions I got, as if I was celebrating something. And the reality is I moved because I needed some fresh air. I needed a new space. I needed to go in a place that was going to stimulate me mentally, and it's beautiful. And I just love DC. I mean, like, just from all the times that I visited, I have a really good friend, shout out to Cindy, who went to Howard. Shout out to HU. I love my HBCUs. And I had the opportunity at a very young age to come up here. And then over the last couple of years, I really have visited a lot and just feel like the city is so bomb. Just the restaurants, the walkability, which is my thing. Clearly, I like to walk. But, as I'm walking and I'm being asked these questions over and over again, my mind can't help but to start thinking, right? walking, talking by myself. I didn't got off track, so I'm gonna get back onto it, which was about our mindset. So I was walking down a street not far from where I live. Beautiful street. I mean, if you spend any time in DC, you know that this city is giving the goods, okay? It's giving the history. It's giving the modern. It's giving what needs to be gave. You can come down here, go to these free museums, and really get into it. And so I have just been doing my best to explore. That's what I like to do. I like to try new bars, restaurants, coffee shops. I like to see what's happening. There is a very, very interesting cat cafe in Adams Morgan for the kitty lovers out there. I'm gonna go back over there. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna have coffee with them cats. I'm gonna see what the is and isn't is, but you know, I'm about to be over there. So I'm walking, exploring, trying to figure out, okay, my next step, because when I moved up, I decided that it was going to be like a short-term housing situation where I would hop around, because I didn't want to get locked into an area I wasn't familiar with. I wanted to be able to learn about different places and then ultimately settle in a place I wanted to be. So I was taking myself on a little day date, you know what I'm saying? You know, she put on nothing. She stayed real regular, you know. But I got to walk and got down this really, really beautiful street. And I said, okay, girl, you've been up here about 2.5 months. What is it that you want? Where do you want to live? And I said, okay, well, I want a place that's modern, that's clean, big windows. I want to look outside. I want to see people on the streets walking by, because I think that will lend itself to inspiration. Because I am venturing away from the full-time practice of law and into a space that God wants me to be. So as I was saying that, I said, girl, now wait a minute. You didn't say nothing about I wanted to cost this amount, because that's the first thing everybody tell you when you're going to move. You know what I'm saying? Them negative people. Stop telling them people your business. Okay? The first thing these negative people have to say is, child, well, you know it's going to cost this much. The cost of living up there, and it's cold, and you ain't going to have no friends. Listen, that ain't the point of this video, so I'm going to circle back on that a little later. But yeah, so I was like, okay, this is really interesting, because what the girl was, well, this is the first time in my life where, maybe not in my life, let me not get all dramatic on y'all, but you know, I'm here for the dramatics. Shout out to all my dramatic friends. We're here for it. But this may have been the first time I was conscious of the way that I had been thinking. And I think a lot of us do this, where we ask ourselves not what we want, but what our options are based on our circumstances. So not what do I want to do for a living, but, well, I think that I'm going to be able to go to this college based on my resources. I think these opportunities are available to me, so I have to pick from A, B, and C. And I'm not out here trying to say that we don't have to be realistic. But I think that we also have to understand that we put ourselves in boxes sometimes. We are our own worst enemy in certain instances. We are the entity that, you know, is creating whatever limitations that exists in our lives. And I think that it's really important to kind of catch yourself, to check yourself, and to also ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want to be? What do I want to live? What do I want to eat? And allow your brain and your creativity and your spirit to dream your dream and create spaces where you're going to be happy. Because when we are just taking what we can get, we're always kind of feeling like there's something more, there's something else. You know, you're not necessarily satisfied, because that ain't what you want, sis. That is not what you want. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get married in Aruba and you decide, okay, well, because your bank account ain't looking like Aruba, that you're going to get married at the courthouse Are you going to be satisfied? I don't know. Look, I can't answer that for you. That I posted this part of this video. I ain't had them circumstances. None of that. However, what I can say is, if you want to get married in Aruba, and that's been your dream, and you know that you're going to have some type of resentment because of it, if you don't, then work that thing out, friends. I mean, stop eating out. Don't go to Starbucks. Drink you some Folgers. You know what I'm saying? Like, get you that extra job. Figure out what you can do to do the things that you want in your life, because our time is so limited. Our time is so limited. It's so precious. And I know it's for me and mine. I want to make the best of it. I want to enjoy it. I don't want to look down at the things, which, you know, we can talk for days about whether or not things should matter, but the reality of it is, to most of us, they do. To most of us, it impacts how we feel about ourselves and how we feel about this life journey when we are sacrificing the things that we sought after. So I just came on here to offer some encouragement. I want you all to feel and be inspired to unapologetically and boldly move in the directions of your wildest dreams. And even if your dream, friend, is that you're going to eat the premium chuck at Post, you're not going to get the lean, the 80%, whatever that is, fat or whatever they got in there. Try, at least in some degree in your life, to seek the things that you want. And again, I am not saying to spend your whole mortgage on no purse. That did not, you didn't hear that from me. Don't be tagging me how y'all did Beyonce talking about she said quit your job, because sis did not say quit your job. She was talking about, you know, her and her life, which we all know Beyonce ain't got no 9 to 5, but I digress. So anyways,
I have things to do.
Hope you're having a blessed day. Talk to you soon.